Welcome to the MK11 Ultimate Breakdown,
Sindel.
In this remix of our ongoing character breakdown series, we're returning to a number of familiar faces now that the game enables custom moves in competitive play. This time we're taking a look at the Mortal Kombat Screen Queen, Sindel. Haircut is Sindel's staple launching special. It's 2 slots, so it is expensive, but it does grant a versatile high damage launch, adding strong damage to great buttons that might normally not get it, and conversions off any hit. Sindel has many air specials. Deadly Echo is a katana-style float that can be used in the air raw or cancelled into from jumping attacks, adding some tricky mobility to already good air normals. Banshee Dash is a unique projectile in the sense that it can only be done in the air and teleports Sindel to the opponent when you amplify it on hit, granting high damage trades versus other projectiles, being particularly strong against characters who rely on air mobility. Aside from that, this also adds a ton of unbreakable damage to her screen crushing blow due to comboing the opponent whilst keeping them grounded. Low Star Screamer is a classic Sindel projectile, but is notably good in MK11 due to it being a low that she crouches to fire, making it another strong zoning tool versus characters with high projectiles, and also adding an element of mix-up due to her base overhead attacks. Whip and Flip is an overhead that travels great distance and has a launching crushing blow if it counter hits a crouching or low attack. This mainly sees use as an overhead option for mix-up elements or for its mobility if used on the read of a projectile, for example. Maleficent March alters the input for the base scream and grants an additional version where Sindel marches forward mid-scream. This can be amplified to hit multiple times for a large amount of chip damage, making it particularly good for plowing through an opponent's last breath. Bellowing Banshee is another air attack that does a diagonally angled scream that hits overhead for decent damage. As air attacks are all overheads on the way down, this gives you somewhat double overhead potential to keep people standing. This does respectable damage, but is highly unsafe on block. Royal Trap places an orb that shoots unblockable tracking projectiles with no hit stun that home in on the opponent if they're close to it. These are incredibly hard to avoid and go straight through last breath, making it an excellent round-ending tool. This can also be placed up to 2 at a time, but does nothing from range. This can also only be done in the air. Banshee Barrage is the last tournament legal special and is once again an airborne special. This attack fires multiple mid-projectiles that knock down normally but launch on amplify, allowing for a full launch from jumping attacks, which she has decent follow-ups to at most ranges. Another move that adds some effective tools to an already good jumping kit, especially if paired with some of the other attacks. Sindel is a powerhouse with constant overhead low aggression a lot of the time and a dangerous air presence with the right moves. She, like many characters, has a variety of ways to be utilized properly, as we see often in the MK11 Open series. Whether it's mix-ups, mobility, or raw damage, we are sure you'll find your favorite way of playing Sindel in MK11 Ultimate.